where today we're wrapping up Mindhunter Season 1, Episode 10. Ooh, I like that. I'm ready to jump right into the show. This show has been amazing. After, I keep saying this in almost all my reactions, after Episode 1, I have been loving this show. Episode 1 was not my favorite. But moving forward, everything is just pure gold. So I'm ready to wrap up this episode. Now, I want to ask all of you this comment. I'm going to need anybody who is watching this reaction to comment down below. I need an answer. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, so should we, after episode 10, wrapping up this season, should we jump into Mindhunter Season 2 shortly after? Or should we get into, is it called True Detectives? I think it's called True Detectives. Let me just make sure. Another subscriber actually, yes, True Detective. So what we could do is wrap up Season 1 of Mindhunters and then jump into True Detective Season 1. It has 8 episodes, and get that show, because somebody has been requested. This show actually, True Detective has been requested multiple times on this platform, and so now I'm just trying to divulge. So if you guys would like me to get into True Detective after we wrap up Season 1 of Mindhunters, and then after we're done with Season 1 of True Detectives, we'll get back into Season 2 of Mindhunters, or should we just wrap up Mindhunters altogether? What I need you guys to do, just to make this simple, hashtag Mindhunter or hashtag True Detective, and that will tell us all what show we're going to watch after this episode. Ooh, I like that. Yes, so it's up to you guys. Now, if nobody comments down below with the hashtag and nobody cares what we watch, we're gonna take a hiatus from both. Ooh, you see how I play? I'm just like in one of these moods. You don't care? I don't care either. Anyways, please like this video. Please tag Mindhunters on Instagram, Twitter, or on Facebook, or whatever platform you guys are on. Hashtag Mindhunters. Let's try to get more people involved, and let's try to get people into this poll down below. We can even tag True Detectives, whatever they have actually as well on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Whatever you guys would like to do, just please hashtag, like, share, and comment. I'm ready to jump into this. This will be a full reaction for my entire platform here on the YouTube platform, as well as my other platform, Patreon. So guys, if you would like to support this channel, and you would like to see us in full reaction, please join one of those platforms today. Without further ado, let's jump into Mindhunters and find out exactly what Mindhunters has got to give. Is this creepy ass guy again? So over him. Wait, that's not that creepy
guy. Got another one. Dear Holden, it's been some time since we've seen each other.
Head Kemper, if OPR decides to pay a site visit,
fuck him.
Hey, Gordon, how's it going down there?
Are you not gonna be happy?
You polygraphed him.
That's right.
And he passed. Because it only occurs 6% of the time, and it usually has to do with how the questions are worded. Well, you definitely won't put him away with it. Worst case scenario, he's exonerated.
Let's see if he'll talk to us.
There's no way.
Ask him.
How convinced are we that he's guilty? It's a death penalty state. There's nothing in it for him.
He is a narcissist. Have Chambers extend an invitation. That he's not under arrest, but it's important. The FBI wants to talk to him. He'll realize we're working overtime. We mean business. Once he gets to the station, let him wait for a while before we talk to him.
Okay.
At least an hour. To create in him a visceral memory. We need to elicit a physiological response. Find the equivalent for Devier. Show me everything you got on this Devier.
Rest.
Okay, I need a lot more. Several of these folders make them thick. That's to look like Manhattan Yellow Pages. Evidence room. What have we here? This is great. This is perfect. Where's her baton? Her twirling baton. Take all of this to the interview room. Yes, sir. Well, all right. Get a baton. Find if it's cheap, move the price tag, drag it around in the dirt. I'm gonna ask him questions that may make you uncomfortable.
It's, his thing.
Look at him. Is this the guy?
So I'm gonna have you wait down the hall here, waiting while the agents come in.
help any way I can.
Let's not talk to you. Right here.
Gene, hello. Special Agent Holden Ford.
Hi.
We're gonna do this as quickly as possible. Sure you've got better things to do tonight.
Couldn't stand the barking orders at me all the time. I like things a little more laid back. Seemed like a perfect fit. Out in the weather, working with my hands.
Military's not for everyone.
Looks like you've married and divorced twice.
What can I say? Popular with the ladies. Married my first girl when we were 16.
Just after you dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
Why'd you split up?
We're fighting all the time.
And what about your second wife?
Same story.
The bloom of youth has faded.
Well, listen, I gotta mosey out of here pretty soon, so if we could...
Of course. You were on Lisa Street the week before she disappeared. You had a bird's eye view of the entire place.
I took your polygraph. I'm an open book.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You must have seen Lisa coming and going that week.
Not really. Maybe once or twice.
Feathered hat, silver baton.
Yeah.
What time did she catch the school bus in the morning? And what time did the bus drop her back off?
I mean, maybe 3:34. And I wasn't even working the week that she disappeared.
Right. She had on her that day. All accounts, she was a sweet kid.
Yeah, she seemed real friendly.
Did you ever talk to her?
No.
Did she ever talk to you? She looks pretty tasty in that outfit. Doesn't she?
Oh, shit.
Sure.
It's very revealing. Definitely looks older than 12.
See, that's what I thought.
Okay.
And these girls these days, and they're developing so early.
They sure are. We believe he thought she was older than 12. She was friendly. Probably came up to him. He thought if they got together, it'd be consensual.
14 is the age of consent.
I guess George is kind of forward-thinking in that respect.
Yeah, man, I never thought about it like that before, but yeah.
But it's kind of true. I told her, honey, this turns me on.
Just direct like that.
Women have their own minds these days, but it sure would be hot. And she looks old enough to wear this outfit, twirl a baton, march in the band. She's probably got some hair on her, but not too much.
It came out in court that we suggested the girl flirted with him.
How would it come out?
He turned off the tape.
I will take full responsibility for what happens in there. What's the highest you've been?
Wow, 50 feet?
Sometimes you gotta get out there, get them far away limbs.
Don't look down. She ever talk to you?
No. But I already told you that.
We do have one person said she saw the two of you talking. She sees you up there every day sweating away in the hot sun. Could she have maybe offered you a soda?
She could have come up and talked to me. I can't recall.
She asked you about your work, about your day, where you live. I bet she thought you were a handsome cuss.
I don't know.
You think she was pretty?
But she was cute.
She was precocious, too. Didn't mind that you were older.
I kind of thought she was into me.
When your job ended and you weren't on that street anymore, do you still think about her? I mean, she started things, right?
Kinda.
You ever see her wear this? When you picked her up from the bus, was she wearing this jacket? We haven't revealed too many details, but Lisa's skull was crushed.
Force trauma, it's almost impossible for the attacker to avoid getting his victim's blood on him. Amazed if he didn't get any on you.
He's washed since then.
What's under your fingernails?
Scrub his nails by now.
Is it in your ears? I bet it's in your ears.
You want to take a sample, Bill?
Can we do that?
I can arrange that.
Normally when we accuse somebody of murder, if they haven't done it, they won't shut up. Guilty guy will clam up, start listening intently, which is what you're doing.
Why do you keep looking at that rock, Gene? An innocent man would have to guess its significance. You didn't mean to, right? She came up to you, she seemed friendly, and then everything went sideways. The question for us is, why? All you have to do is tell us if we're right.
Do you teach this stuff?
We should.
What I can't get over is the rock.
But he has a rock.
What do you mean?
Something that makes them sweat. Sitting at the kitchen table with my dad, and my mom brings over some eggnog. Have you had sexual relations with a woman?
Jesus, no.
She says, what's her name? And I say, well, actually, Mom, there's been a few. Who's gonna have you as a husband now? I'm telling you, the exact same thing would happen. I would completely fall apart.
She's your rock.
Created a situation where the guilt completely overwhelmed him.
How'd you come up with this stuff?
Interviewing Richard Speck and Jared Brudos and Ed Kemper. They are... Kind of talking about how hot young girls are, how they often look older than their age. I have a 12-year-old girl.
So you staged it, like a director.
No one could have scripted the reveal of The Rock. He completely freaked.
But you were convinced he was guilty before you went in. Is it a fair experiment, you working backward from the conclusion?
I helped put a child murderer behind bars. Please stop analyzing me.
I'm not analyzing.
You run this little commentary on everything I do. Maybe I don't always want to hear your opinion.
You mean when I'm not in agreement with you?
Could you just be my girlfriend?
You mean shut up and adore you?
Well, you could try it. Once. I would say that making furniture from human remains qualifies as organized.
This is apparently the talk of the Atlanta office.
New type of FBI agent?
Is that supposed to be us?
Who the fuck do you think? Behavioral sciences bright-eyed boy who's friends with Ed Kemper.
Using evidence from the crime scene, he managed to break through Devier's psychological barrier.
Devier was in that interrogation room because trees were trimmed on the victim's street.
Can we all please agree that we are not ready for Good Morning America?
I did not give an interview. Is it possible that you're upset because the article doesn't mention you?
That's the farthest
Hi,
from the
Susan.
thought.
It's Dr. Wendy Carr. I need to book a flight.
Please don't go back to Boston.
Atlanta. Out of Dulles.
We're 4 interviews in. No one is going to want to talk to us if they think we're sending people to the electric chair.
Convertible or T-top?
You cannot go down there representing the FBI.
I don't intend to. Can you give me that number one more time?
Go with her.
Follow my lead. I'm used to talking to law enforcement.
I am delighted to meet the man who delivered me Jean Devier.
We've been interviewing extremely violent offenders. The worst of the worst. Try to be objective because what they have to say is valuable. Psychological sketch of Mr. Devier based on our research, which was used to secure a confession.
We don't kill criminals. They kill themselves.
Well, actually,
When I talk to a jury, I always ask, do you watch TV? Right there, you know whether you've got a smart jury or a stupid one. You will never hear the cries of a woman being raped on the Rockford file.
Simply.
And I'm not done talking. My point, pain of those victims and their loved ones. Can you know the magnitude of the choice that killer made?
These people spend the rest of their lives in horrendous conditions, which most likely reflect the environments in which they were raised.
Actually asking me to shoot lower than capital punishment so it won't reflect poorly on the FBI.
If it's compromised, I'm afraid that we won't be able to achieve our ultimate goal.
I am asking you to consider life without the possibility of parole.
I'm an elected official. Here in Georgia, death is the will of the people.
I hoped that we could complete our research before seeing it used to this end.
What difference would that make? Walk away clean? Come on, Wendy. You're smarter than that.
Holden's not having a good episode, y'all. Everybody hates him.
How was your trip?
Hot, sticky, miserable. It's getting pretty late. If you do, we should get going.
No, I don't think so.
What exactly are you?
Must I be something? These past couple days, I keep thinking about when we met. You're different.
I am the exact same person that you reeled in with that jumpsuit.
Oh, where are you going with this?
Just thinking. You're so good at reading people. You tell me.
You didn't get up to greet me. And you didn't invite me inside, but you won't come to dinner with me. You've been in a shitty mood the last 10 times we've been together. In spite of your recent confusion about your degree, you stay up late every single night doing homework. But even though you knew that I was coming from the airport, you didn't bring an extra glass. Trying to take the edge off so that you can...
Break up with you.
break up with me? Let's not drag this out. I'll pick up my stuff next week.
Damn, that's a horrible breakup. You're so sexy. Aw, he's sad. Yeah, they weren't doing good.
I got a message to call a Dr. Bruxton. I have a message to return his... With the FBI, my name is Holden Ford.
Oh, yes. He is expecting your call. I don't think so. Edmund Kemper is specifically named you as his proxy.
That's impossible. I can't think
Kemper
that...
came out of surgery at 4:30 a.m.
Office of Professional Responsibility has found continuing evidence for their investigation.
Continuing evidence?
They've got the tape. I recommend we all go forward with total transparency.
Is this you?
Fuck you, Bill.
Craig does everything wrong. How do you think it's what?
You and Special Agent William Tench recently interviewed an inmate named Richard Speck.
That's right.
You and Agent Tench interviewed several inmates over the past few months. Did you record those too?
Yes.
What did you do with the recording of the Speck interview when you returned to Quantico?
I gave it to Agent Smith.
And did you look it over?
Yes.
Did you then decide it should be redacted?
Yes. The section where I asked Speck why he took 8 ripe cunts out of this world.
Your partner, Agent Tench, did he influence your decision?
I made the decision on my own.
Knew about the redaction at this point?
I knew Agent Smith and Agent Tench.
Did you ask Agent Smith to lie about erasing the tape?
Not in so many words.
Is this amusing, Agent Ford?
It might be, if it weren't so feeble.
I beg your pardon? Agent Ford, you stand accused of lying to the FBI. We're not concerned with what you consider to be your achievements. We're concerned with your methods.
Reflects extremely poorly on the Bureau.
How about calling him a shit stain?
Flashing your badge is one thing. Suppression of evidence is a serious offense. Your partner also expressed reservations about the way you handle yourself.
You're playing us off each other.
We have that on tape, if you care to listen.
Fuck this. What'd you tell him, Bill?
I told him the truth.
Edmund Kemper?
Oh my god.
You came.
You made it hard not to.
Maybe it's not surprising you respond to showmanship. I read an article about you, about us. The story was picked up by the AP.
Yes.
Are we friends, Holden?
In the context of our work together.
That's a nice way of putting it. I'd categorize it the same way.
You have more insights.
You've been talking about me in my absence, using what I tell you to legitimize yourself. What's this behavioral profiling you're touting?
Based on crime scenes and personal characteristics.
I love that.
At a very early point in the research.
Not so early that you can't babble about it in the press. I believe you owe me an explanation, Holden.
Because of the extreme planning that went into your crimes, you used your own vehicle, both in the kidnapping and disposing of the bodies.
You think you can boil me down to a single adjective?
Of course not. I am not an expert.
But you want to be, don't you? Human blood is very hot. Someone left a ballpoint pen on my court file. I used the metal case. Is this what you wanted to see? You know, women were initially indifferent to me.
He's scary.
My whole life, no one wanted to interact with me. Not even our cats. When I was a kid.
What? They just leave?
The only way I could have those girls was to kill them. The ICU, there's no system to alert the guards. I could kill you now pretty easily. Then you'd be with me in spirit. Why are you here, Holden?
I don't know.
That is the truth.
Oh, I thought it was gonna hurt him.
I don't know.
Do you have any allergies?
It's a stain you're here.
Not the priceless gems you seem to think you're mine.
That is your world, and it has made you paranoid.
This guy. You know, I have to be honest. For that to be a finale of a season 1, it wasn't like a bam. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like something that I feel like I haven't seen in the rest of the season. It was still a very good show. I love Holden. You get to see, like, really the growth of Holden. I feel like he did lose touch. He has changed drastically. I'm on his girlfriend's side, but I love him, so I would never break up with him. We would have to work our problems out. I feel like the rest of his team, because I don't know. I'm conflicted with both of them. Because I think I just understand Holden and all his methods and everything he's trying to do. So I kind of get confused by the both of them. And I would love to hear what your guys' opinions is of Carr, Miss Carr, I think that's her name, and Bill. Is that his name? I don't know if I just made up these two names. I know I watched 47 minutes of these wonderful actors and we got their names multiple times, but I don't write notes. And I forgot. Greg. I thought Greg was gonna stand up and be like, yeah, it was me. But he didn't. He just shut up and just stood there. I don't really like Greg. Greg bothers me, but I like him. Like, Greg is one of those characters where he bothers me and I don't want to see him, but then I want to see him again. Like, does that make any sense? Probably not, but it does to me. So there's that. Overall though, I thought Kemper was gonna fuck him up, and that was so scary. He had an anxiety attack, a panic attack at the end. I think panic attack is worse than anxiety attack. I've had both. They're very similar, but one is more drastic. And he said he felt like he was dying, so that's most likely a panic attack. It is no joke. It sucks. It is the worst feeling ever. My mom is probably watching this because she loves this show, so my mom could testify. Like, I've had panic attacks many times. I know the most recent one I had with her, I think it was like the last time, I literally had to sit on a windowsill while she was like in her room, like sleeping. And actually she didn't sleep though. She stayed with me. But like, I really thought I was going to die at any moment. It was the scariest thing. It is the worst. Thank God Almighty, I have not had a panic attack or asthma attack, knock on whatever this is, in a long time. I don't want it again. So I completely understand Holden. I know exactly that feeling he was going through. So let's all take a moment of silence and wish Holden a very good recovery. That's it. But yes, I would rate this episode to tell you the truth, if you want to be really honest with you, besides, I think what really the two best moments of this whole episode was them breaking down that killer, and then Kemper. Kemper always serves. So I feel like everything else was a wash. Not a wash, but it wasn't like all that. You know what I mean? So I would rate this an 8 or an 8.5. I think I'm gonna stay with an 8. If Kemper was taken out and that beginning part with that guy was taken out, I think it would have been a lackluster episode. I felt like if they did a little bit something out, I don't know what they could have done to make it more like something that you're like, okay, yeah, I want to see season 2. But it didn't give me, we're wrapping this up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Something is missing, and I don't know what it is. But regardless, I still love the show. I still love the episode. And Kemper, that actor who plays Kemper, is so scary. If that man stood in front of me, I would have dropped dead. Screw a panic attack. I would have fainted. Right there. But yes, so yes, that's my feeling. I would rate this an 8. Guys, comment down below what you guys would rate this episode. Comment down below. Don't forget that hashtag. Are we hashtag True Detective? Or are we hashtag Mindhunters? I can't wait to see you guys' responses. I can't wait to see you guys. And I will be here next time for whatever it is that you choose.